Why would you change from a stronger lofted set to more conventional irons when everything today is about hitting it further? And today on the Everyday Golfer, that's exactly what we're going to be talking about today here at Flamborough Head. We're playing some links golf. We're trying to show you exactly why I have changed irons. So a lot of people at the moment are thinking you go for lessons, you get fitted, and everybody pushes you into stronger lofts. So if you want to get that a little bit more distance, we can go for the T100Ss, for example. We can go for some Callaway Apex DCBs. Again, all pushing you towards less loft. But depending on what kind of shots you hit, if you're somebody like mid-handicap Dave who hits the ball low, then that's not exactly going to help you and help you lower your scores. I'm going to hit two shots here, two different irons. I'm going to hit my COBRA Forge Tech 4 iron, and then I'm going to hit my Takomo 301 MB 4 iron, and I'm going to show you the differences straight away. And you can see straight away on the screen there two different ball flights. So first up was the COBRA Forge Tech. Launches pretty high, comes off very fast, so you can see that straight away, and that has gone a long distance, and that's something that we're going to be speaking about today. Second up, a total different sound, a little bit heavy with the Takomo, but launched a little bit lower and started a bit straighter. So straight away with the Takomo, I have a lot more feedback from the feel off the face. The COBRA Forge Techs were irons that I absolutely loved, used them for a long time, but I didn't always get the feedback. You didn't know if you'd struck one well, and I didn't know the distances. I wasn't as consistent front to back with my dispersion because you didn't know where you'd hit it on the face. So each time, yes, that's down to me, but each time I wasn't sure if it was getting to the green or not. Certainly with the Takomos, I get that feel. So if we talk about obviously look straight away, we know that it's going to be a thicker top edge from the COBRA. We can see straight away with the MB that's thinner and sleeker on the top. Again, blade length very similar. That's one thing that Takomo have done with these bladed irons, is make sure that we've got a longer blade length compared to some other blades on the market, which we're going to be doing in the next coming weeks. So very interesting, total different looks and giving me total different performance. Now, interesting enough, this is exactly why I changed irons. So it was more into the scoring irons where I wanted to get some more feedback and some more control. So with the COBRA Forge Tech, one thing that I saw is not only is it 3 degrees stronger, but it's also very hard because of the face, that it's harder to get it landing on the green and stopping pretty quickly. So from here, I've got 120 yards into this flag, which would be a perfect control pitching wedge for me. What I found from this was, one, I could hit it a lot further than 120 yards. I could probably get this out to 150 nice and easy, but then bringing it back, it was hard to control the flight, it was hard to control the spin. And if you're somebody who's improving your game, let's say you got some stronger irons when you was in your 20 handicap, you're now down into the teens, but you're starting to see that you're getting them going a little bit too far, this is exactly why. It's much harder to control these irons because they are designed to get it going that little bit further, potentially with a little less spin, potentially with the stronger lofts. So you're punished, you've improved your game, but then from here, if I hit this one into the green now straight over that stake, now that was struck perfect, that was struck out of the middle, so it'll be very interesting to see where that has landed. Whereas if I get this pitching wedge in from my MBs, again, the top edge on these Takomo 301s is not exactly too thin. It's not like the blades we're going to show you in coming weeks where they really put fear into you when you stood over the golf ball. Again, you don't always have to go for expensive irons, so if you're trying to change, you might look at an affordable option. These were extremely affordable for me because I stole them out of James Robinson's garage, so it's always a benefit, and he can't hit them. But these were exactly the same specs that I had, so same shaft, same KBS shaft, same 120, same stiff, exactly what I've been fitted for previously. But over this, now with this wedge, I know I'm going to get more feedback off the face, because it's forged. I also know with the centered strike, that's going to land on the green and it's going to have some spin, it's going to have more control, and that's certainly what I have found. But if we look, the 4 irons, that's probably not why we're changing it. We're probably not changing because of a 4 iron. The 4 iron is 2 degrees stronger, so it is closer. You can see the numbers on screen now. You can see that that's at 21 degrees, which is like a 3 iron, which then means, do I need a 7 wood in my bag? Do I then need to change all the clubs at the top of my bag to fit in with these stronger lofted set? That's where we start to see we have to change the top of the bag, and then at the bottom of the bag, we've got a massive gap, and it's very hard to control. So interesting enough, both just past the flight, a little bit downwind, probably didn't counter for that. We can see here the pitching wedge from the Takomo did launch a little bit higher and is coming with landing angle and stopped pretty much instantly, which is what I've come to expect. Whereas here, Forge Tech, again, because I've tried to guide it in, I've got a little bit slow on it, it's coming a little bit lower, and then obviously as a result it's ran out. So very hard, two of the same club, but one much easier. And again, standing over a ball with confidence is massive when we're going into our scoring irons to try and hit it on the green and give ourselves that chance. And you may well ask, why did I end up with the COBRA Forge Tech? Yes, they are stronger lofted, and yes, people would say they are for the high handicapper golfer, but just like everybody else, I don't have time to practice all the time. I'm still teaching mainly as my job. So I went for a little bit of forgiveness. I went for something a little bit stronger, something a little bit easier to hit, which is great. But as soon as you start actually putting some time in, and if you're having lessons, you might then obviously improve your strike. You might be playing a bit more, hitting more balls. You might need less forgiveness. You might need something where you can control your distances a little bit better, and that's where we obviously in your scoring irons are going to start to see you lower your scores. Here I've got 160 yards into the wind here on the third hole at Flamborough, and straight away I know with the Forge Techs that's a very easy A time, but it's a different story when it comes to the MBs. So that nice and strong solid strike, just a little bit right of the pin, and that's come down nicely. So I could be nice and confident with that even into this breeze, but I know that's going to have to be a full swing. I can't go to the 7-iron and take a little bit out because that's where I start to lose some control. Whereas here with my Takomo 301 MB, I feel like I've got a little bit more versatility. I feel like it's a little bit weaker loft. I can go down to my 7-iron instead of an 8-iron. I can start to try and flight this one in. I just feel like I have a lot more control. Again, the blade length's exactly the same, which is a good thing for these Takomos. They're not feeling too small like something like a Ping Blueprint, but I can feel into this breeze. Like they say, I can swing it easy. Get that launching nice and low. Spun up a little bit into the breeze, and that is now on the green with a chance. I didn't feel I had to do as much. I didn't feel like I had to be as precise. But yes, although these are blades, I feel a lot more comfortable over this, and I don't feel like I have to focus too much on strike. Whereas strangely, I do with the Cobras. Now guys, this is for you to decide. So obviously when you are playing your golf, you need to think about where do you need forgiveness. Are you comfortable with your 6-iron, your 5-iron, your 4-iron, your 3-iron? If you go something like the MBs, they might be a little bit too hard to hit. They might look, well, they might not fill you with confidence behind the ball. So this is where you might do a combo set. And this is where it's important when you're getting fitted to make sure you, A, tell them that you're having lessons, B, tell them what you're working on and where you're trying to get to, so you can get fitted for the correct set for you, because you might get sold some stronger lofted irons because you've just got in. What they don't know is you're having consistent lessons, you are improving, and these irons might be fantastic to start with, but in 6 months' time you might need to find another £1,000 for some more. So a lot of people will be thinking I'm trying to say that stronger lofted irons are terrible, they are the enemy. But I'm not. I really enjoyed using these COBRA Forge Techs. They were fantastic to get me enjoying my golf, playing better golf certainly, until I changed clubs. Until I thought I was playing a little bit better, and again I was getting a few flyers from these clubs. Again, they were going a little bit too far. I didn't have as much control in my scoring irons, which was where I was trying to get better to try and beat James Robinson, unfortunately, and anyone else who I played against. But these are a great set of clubs, and stronger lofted clubs are perfect. If you go and get fitted, all I want you to do is, like I say, take into account that you are having lessons. Think about the versatility of these clubs. Are you trying to play different shots? Again, at the top end of your bag, is this going to affect clubs that you need to purchase or you have bought that you might have to get rid of? And also at the bottom end of the bag, are you going to have to get another wedge in? But I certainly love playing these clubs because they are versatile. You can play all the shots from a low shot straight up the middle, to then changing my impact factors, trying to hit this one a little bit higher. I can also then hit this nice and high with these clubs. I know I've got the forgiveness, I know I've got the workability. I've got two totally different flights there, both up the right half of the fairway, but it's just those scoring irons for me that doesn't work. Let's hit a couple of irons into the green here, and let's think, what in your golf bag would you change? Would it be your irons? Would it be your woods to help you get your handicap down? I know one thing that I would change from today is I would put the 4-iron from the Cobra Forge Tex in my bag a few more times. If I'm playing links golf, which I will be on a new series coming later in the year, then that might be in my bag a little bit more. I might like the look of that more so than a hybrid. I'm not a big fan of hybrids, how they sit behind the golf ball, and I also don't really get on with driving irons. So this could be the perfect matchup for me to put into my bag to help me shoot lower scores. So as you can see there, a totally versatile club. The highest shot only 2 or 3 yards behind this. But guys, what I really want you to do is think about it. Is distance everything? Is that going to help you or hinder you? Just don't forget, if you need to buy another set of golf clubs, it's going to come at double the price.